So in this module, we went through and took a look at the different things that we need to take into consideration when we are going through the hacking the system portion of a pen test. We looked at the purpose. Again, our purpose was to evaluate the current security posture of the system, the target, the network, as well as users. And we accomplished that by simulating different types of attacks to see, again, our goal here is to see if we can pawn that target. Now, when it came to those steps, we went through and talked about how we go through and use, first of all, different password cracking techniques, starting off again of being very, very quiet, like shoulder surfing, social engineering, all those things are very, very passive. And then we got very active all the way up to brute force and even guessing a password. We also then talked about privilege escalation, how we can do it both vertically or horizontally. Then we talked about the service accounts. One of the things that I've really enjoyed about the latest and greatest by Microsoft is the managed service accounts, where you go through and you create a service account, and if the application supports it, which, gee, I bet Microsoft applications support it, they do. But what happens is that based off of your password policy, it just automatically rotates the passwords for you every 30 days or 60 days, whatever you have it set up for. It's really kind of a cool technology. In fact, that would be one of my solutions I would offer if I see that they're not doing that in the pen test. We then talked about how we fire off our applications to make it easier for us to get in and to set up our tools for future use. Then how we hid those tools using different techniques like rootkits or alternate data streams or even steganography. And then we talked about how do we actually cover our tracks, because the pen test doesn't happen in one day. And I don't want people to be able to see that I've been into that machine, because then what do? They'll go off and re-image it, right? Or try to fix and undo the things that I've done. Then we talked about, obviously, and we always talk about it, is documentation, documentation, documentation. Remember, it's through documentation that we're going to not only show them what we've able to discover, but also offer up our solutions. So now that we've hacked the target, maybe we use that particular target to do the next step in the pen test, and that is sniffing the network.